Let's get into some news. We had Sir Jim Ratcliffe put his foot in his mouth. Sir, I think exactly the quote. We're not going to play it on the pod, but something to the effect of immigrants are colonizing England in a very negative light. This man does not understand the role he has. He's not just some rich guy saying whatever he wants. He is a steward of the greatest club in the world. It is a worldwide club. And the fact that he's spitting things like this, by the way, he lives in Monaco. He doesn't even live in the UK, commenting on like issues in the UK. Obviously, he's from there, but he left, doesn't pay any tax.
That's
a lot of hypocrisy. Also, all the numbers he talked about were wrong.
They were wrong.
That bothers me a lot too. Obviously, like it's a horrible statement. And then like the fact he's basing it off of wrong stats and he's a billionaire and he owns Manchester United really concerns me. Just everything about Jim Ratcliffe when he opens his mouth is bad. He does it way too often. He speaks off the cuff. Look, I condemn all of this. The club came out with this statement talking about Manchester United prides itself on being inclusive and welcoming. It's a worldwide organization. It's the greatest club in the world. All fans are welcome. That is the position of the American Red Devils. You know it. We travel over there. We try to be ambassadors for traveling fans coming to Manchester United, which, you know, we're probably a smaller voice. There's lots of fans around the world. It's a global fan base. And everyone is welcome at Old Trafford, sir. That has to be the MO. And somehow, some way, Sir Jim needs to be told that.
Anytime your club is announcing a statement to basically like be a pushback to the comments from one of the majority owners or, you know, operating owners of the club, you're losing, right? I mean, I think without even getting into the comments and how incorrect they are, just the data was wrong. The stats he was referencing is wrong. And also just
That's a bad look.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look because it also speaks to the lack of self-awareness of Jim Ratcliffe. We've seen this time and time again. The fact that he like always going to the press, saying these comments.
We're going to run out of money. It's another one.
This is a global club. And I think the global nature of this club actually makes us stronger, makes us more resilient, and makes us just more interesting. And also like, yo, dude, look at the tea leaves. It's like your CEO is not English. Yeah, half the team is not English, and what percentage of the fan base is not English? So just be mindful of this. But I think it just speaks to the fact that like Ratcliffe has thin skin, he lacks self-awareness, and he probably surrounds himself with people that just tell him all of his ideas are great. The one thing getting ahead of this is like I actually think this is good for the club in some ways because this might expedite his exit from Manchester United. I think like eventually he's going to get sick of this whole thing. He doesn't have the juice. He doesn't have the money to get the stadium built. We haven't heard any additional noise.
No, he loves it because people now care what he says. It's
but he doesn't like
double-edged sword.
He doesn't like the heat.
He puts his foot in his mouth every time he talks, but no one cared what he said before. He now was the minority owner of Manchester United. So look, Sir Jim.
Clown show. This is clown stuff.
We're INEOS out. We're Glazers out. INEOS came in. There was a glimmer of hope that they might set United on the right way. And also, there's other comments he made in an interview where he's like, you know, everything's going great. Like, what do you mean you actually hired Amram? You put these guys in charge. You fired the guy who suggested not to hire Amram. Amram went horrible. It couldn't go worse. Horrible. And now you're saying everything's great because you fired the guy you brought in to solve everything. And now he needs to eat some humble pie. Someone's got to let him know these comments are unacceptable. They're the antithesis of what this club stands for. End of, sir. Jim Ratcliffe apologized, but, you know, it's one of those kind of like fake apologies.
Sorry,
Jim Ratcliffe can't get gone fast enough. Glazers is out. You want a Glazers out scarf. They're on our store. AmericanDevils.store. Grab one. They're amazing. Protest this ownership.